Welcome to our HPHA Long Service Awards and I guess sort of Christmas message. This probably is one of the events that is most negatively affected by COVID, where we can't celebrate in person the 2,715 years of service that we're recognizing this year with 177 of our HPHA team members. And I'm always blown away with the dedication and commitment that everybody brings to the table, and just want to say thank you on behalf of obviously the organization, but equally importantly the community and those that we look after every day. With our Christmas season and with our Long Service Awards, we've sometimes done sort of a look back in the past. We're going to kind of do that again today. I have some notes. Kathy and I are doing this video just to remind ourselves how old we truly are. And we'll sprinkle in some Christmas jokes because people just love those. And if you've gone to our Christmas parties, you know what happens at the HPHA Christmas party stays at the HPHA Christmas party. That obviously can't happen now because this is virtual and on social media. So the jokes will be rocket jokes, I can tell you that right now. So anyway, 5 years, we have 53 recipients who are being acknowledged for 5 years service with the HPHA. And it's always nice to kind of look back in time what was happening. So Justin Trudeau became the Prime Minister of Canada. Donald Trump entered the race for the Republican nominee. So look how things have changed just in that short period of time. Uptown Funk was the top song. And I'm really going to date myself through these comments because I actually know and remember everything that I'm going to talk about all the way through to the 45 years. Star Wars Force Awakens, that was the top grossing film of the year, and there's definitely a theme with Star Wars. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you've got a wonderful opportunity over the holidays to get all the Star Wars series, including Mandalorian, to watch that. The spotlight was the Academy Award. So that's the fact that the grossing film and the Academy Award are different is an interesting example. And actress Brie Larson for The Room won the Actress of the Year. So 2015 was a really interesting year. And the first joke for the Christmas season, why are Christmas trees bad at sewing? They keep dropping their needles. And Kathy's going to really have a hard time not laughing at all these jokes because they really are raucous. So 53 recipients, congratulations on your 5 years. So the next group is 10 years, and we have 35 recipients who are being acknowledged for this. This was the Winter Olympics, and I bet you there's not many of us who can't remember where we were the night Sidney Crosby won the gold medal for Canada in men's hockey with that overtime shot from a pass from Jerome McGinley. But we did really well. If you remember, I think Canada got 14 gold medals and actually was the best showing of any Winter Olympic host country. So that was really great. Apple released its iPad 10 years ago. So you look at the technology we have today, and there's a technology theme here. TikTok by Keisha was the best song. That one I could not probably hum. Google's driverless car came onto the agenda, and I think we would all agree that over the next 15 years or so there's going to be massive advances in that sort of technology. Toy Story 3 was the highest grossing film 10 years ago, and I'm guessing those with young children are going to be watching all the Toy Stories over the holidays. My highlight movie with kids was Winnie the Pooh and Land Before Time. So if you haven't seen Land Before Time, kids will love that. And then Colin Firth won Best Actor for King's Speech. 15 years, we have 26 recipients for 15 years service. But we want to preface it by asking you how much Santa's sleigh cost. And most of you would know nothing because it's on the house. So 15 years, 26 recipients, and Kathy's having a really hard time. I'm not laughing. What was happening 15 years ago? YouTube was created, if you can believe that or not. Xbox 360 came onto the market. So everything that our kids are doing now, our teenage kids, seemed to come on board 15 years ago. Revenge of the Sith was big movie out that year. We Belong Together by Mariah Carey was the song of the year, and I bet you a lot of people were dancing to that when it came out. And lastly, just to sort of reinforce how progressive Canada is, it was 15 years ago that same-sex marriage actually became legal in this country, and it's so nice to see a nation like Canada leading the way in so many ways when it comes to these sorts of issues. "20 years, we have 25 recipients for our recognition this year. Before we get into that, obviously you're probably wondering what the elf's favorite music is, and that would be rap music. So you can sort of ponder on that one as we progress. So 20-year recipients, as I said, 25 individuals. We have a number of things going on here, and actually, talk about deja vu. That was the year that Bush and Gore had the big count-off in Florida, if you remember, on the votes, challenging the election. And while that was actually close, we're seeing that again this time around. So things certainly come back around. The camera phone was introduced 20 years ago. So all the stuff we're doing, and I'm staring at a camera phone right now, was invented then. Bluetooth. So much of what we do now with our lives, with that technology came into effect. Gladiator, big movie. If you haven't seen that one, great movie. And then Breathe with Faith Hill was the song of the year 20 years ago. So congratulations to those recipients. Uh, 25 years, we have 6 recipients at 25 years. So we certainly are starting to see people have been here really a great length of time. And I always think to myself that people who are here for a long, long time are here and have contributed so much to the fabric of the organization. Everybody does, but those who've been here over the years have really seen a lot of change and have really advocated for healthcare in this region in a really great way. So Gangsta Paradise was the top song. Never heard of it. I hate to say this, it's kind of embarrassing, but I'm sure that someone will remind me of it. Braveheart won the Best Picture. For all Christmas parties, probably from 25 years ago to today, the Macarena went viral. No, we're not doing the Macarena on this video. ER, Seinfeld, and Friends were the top TV shows of 25 years ago. And Brad Pitt was the sexiest man alive. There you go. So 30 years ago, we have 19 recipients on our 30-year recognition within the HPHA. The Simpsons aired on television the first time 30 years ago, so there's an icon of a TV series. The first GPS system, so you can see, there's a technology theme here And it's really interesting, when you look at sort of 45 years to now, how quickly things are now evolving technology-wise. Germany reunified 30 years ago. Gene therapy was actually introduced the first time in people. The Channel was connected. So if I've not been in the Channel, it's one of my bucket list things to do, but they developed and they actually connected the French and the British side 30 years ago. And then just to remind us how old we are, Emma Watson and Jennifer Lawrence were born 30 years ago this year. We have 7 recipients at 35, so congratulations there. And again, as I said right at the beginning, all these things I remember like they were just yesterday, so it's a reflection of my age. Back to the Future was the hot movie of that year. We Are the World was the song of the year, if you remember that, and Live Aid came out. So if you've watched Bohemian Rhapsody since it came out recently, that Live Aid concert was the ending of that movie. So a real walk back in time. The first Blockbuster video store actually opened 35 years ago, and at its peak there were 9,000 Blockbuster video stores. There's now one Blockbuster video store, so that tells you how quickly things have changed on the technology front. Guns N' Roses started, and so they certainly have a place in my music menus when I'm doing stuff, so good for that. And Bruno Mars and Keira Knightley were born 35 years ago this year. So again, reminding us how old we truly are. 40 years, we have 5 recipients, so congratulations to those individuals. Empire Strikes Back came out, so again, that Star Wars theme. The Miracle on Ice happened in 1980, and for those thinking maybe that was a Toronto Playoff Series victory, it wasn't. That was when the U.S. won the Olympic gold medal, which was a lot of fun. The IPO of Apple was released, so if you bought stocks in Apple, they were $22 each when they came out. That same stock today is worth $16,000. So kudos to you if you went down that road. Pac-Man came out. I loved Pac-Man, but again, it shows you the technology advances. If you ever play Pac-Man, it's just this thing that goes along eating things. Remarkably boring, but at the time, oh my God, it was the best thing since the invention of pockets. So now we're at 45 years, and we have 1 recipient. So I want to congratulate for that. Saturday Night Live started 45 years ago. Hard to believe, still going strong. If you enjoy that type of thing. Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain and Tennille. And I remember that song, and this is really sad. The VCR was developed 45 years ago this year. Mel B and 50 Cent were born, so clearly they didn't want to use full names. David Beckham, also born 45 years ago. Just to remind you how tough a lot of our parents had it, U.S. inflation, so it would have been the same in Canada, was about 9.2% 45 years ago. So in that time bracket, the inflation rate in our country was massive. And lastly, Microsoft was founded 45 years ago. So lots of change. So to all of our recipients, to our 177 individuals whose names have been scrolling throughout the video, obviously a huge thank you for everything that you have done, that you continue to do, for the HPHA, for our team, for the patients, the family members, caregivers that we support. It's really a privilege, obviously, for me to be on the team with you. We're dealing with a lot. We're dealing with a lot as we video this, and we will continue to work through it in a way that meets the needs of our team and meets the needs of our community. I know you're probably saying, I wish he'd say another joke, so obviously I will do that. Why did Santa ban fizzy drinks in his workshop? Because they were bad for his health. So I'll just pause there while you drink the wisdom in of that one. What's Santa's favorite pizza? One that is deep pan, crisp and even. These are just hilarious. On behalf of the HPHA, congratulations again to our winners, well, not winners obviously, our recipients of the Long Service Awards, which are winners from that perspective. And may I extend the very best for the holiday season in whatever way you celebrate. Will be a very different holiday season this year. Obviously, as we work through the pandemic, but that doesn't make it any less important for us to relax, enjoy our time, and connect with our small circle of family and with all those important to us in any way possible. So thank you again and happy holidays.